number one for today's hits and all-time favorites, UB Radio.
Made in America, the red, white, and blue. I stand for her honor, the flag and our troops. I'm proud of my country, what she's done for me. We're made in America, land of the free.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Who's. We are Night Owl Country Band. We are the host of this here show of great artists from sea to shining sea, also some international artists. My name is Matt Lee, and I am here with
Brett Denny.
Brett Denny. Where are we?
Well, we are heading home from our gig in Alabama.
Yeah,
So
man,
we're on Interstate 65. Just came out of Nashville. So
we just passed Rocky Top.
yes,
Good old Rocky Top.
Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Yeah, we had a action-packed weekend. We played down in Alabama. We stopped in at Song City Studios, didn't we?
Yes. Dave DeMay and Song City Studios, they do such a great job. That's just easy recording, I think.
So we've got some new songs coming out, Country to the Bone and Off the Tracks, which is the feature of our Off the Track tour, isn't it?
That's right. Song written by yours truly, Matt Lee.
Oh, I thank you very much. Yes, and
Because that's what your life is off the tracks.
it is. And we're going to try to keep the car on the tracks.
Yes, please.
As we're driving and doing this podcast today. We appreciate everybody checking in today and listening to us here on Unique Beats. Josh Parker, we appreciate him having Who's Who on the programming.
Yes.
Brett, I have a top 10 for you that it's especially for you. I know you're a decade guy.
What the hell did you just say?
What'd you call me?
Decade.
Oh, decade.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I know you're a decade guy,
Yeah.
so we're going to look at the 70's sitcoms in our top 10.
All right. I'll probably know a few of those.
Yeah, and then we you have an Alan Ness question, and we have some of the greatest artists in our top 10. So let's get started.
All right. Coming in at number 10, their first time on our top 10 list, Hicktown Breakout with Get Your Boots On.
Hey there, buddy, have you heard the news? Country music gonna come for you. Send a shiver going down your spine. Country music gonna blow your mind. That's right. Everybody got bills to pay. Friday night's my time to play. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Southern party is hard to beat. You gotta get up to get down. Get up to get down. Get your boots on, let's have a party. Get your dick on, let's have a party. 'Cause it won't be long till the weekend's gone. So make the most of what you got. What you got.
And that was number 10, Hicktown Breakout with Get Your Boots On.
Yeah, breaking out into the top 10 of Who's Who.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, Hick style.
Nice. Very rocky country, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think we rated this one pretty high. We've been getting a lot of music here recently, so this was a few weeks ago that they sent it in, and it's just kind of been sitting there waiting.
Yeah, I love that. It's actually a lot like Night Owl Country Band. It's that rockabilly
I think so.
outlaw type of style. And great job, Hicktown Breakout, and congratulations on hitting our top 10.
Yes. All right, moving on to number 9, Southern Gothic with Past Midnight.
The clock keeps ticking, we keep talking, don't know where this is headed. But I know one thing, you could be home right now. You could have checked out, went back to your couch. You could be winding down instead of losing sleep. It's a little past midnight, must be something going alright. You're still sitting by my side, burning moonlight. We keep this thing going on and on. Your lips fit real good against my lips. It's like we're on our own island. I could spend my whole life loving you past midnight.
And that was number 9, Southern Gothic with Past Midnight. I really like that the very first verse, there's just a little bit of the chicka, 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 you know, with the guitar, and then that snare hits every so often. I really like that.
Yeah, they've sent in some music that's kind of hits a lot of different genres.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda, I think.
Yeah.
And I really like this because it reminds me of some of the earlier Rascal Flatts stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Great job, Southern Gothic.
Yes, great job, Southern Gothic. And now coming in at number 8, Casey Kearney with Bless Your Heart.
Never thought I'd be okay starting over at this age, but hey, what can I say? You walked in and caught his eye. Our wedding vows became a lie. Now you're off, living it up somewhere. I thought I was heartbroken, but I laughed until I cried. You think you got a trophy, but honey, he ain't no prize. Bless your heart, I know what you're getting. It ain't gonna be a happy ending. You want him now, soon you'll see what he's about. The heartbreak bomb is ticking. Bless your heart, I know what you're getting.
And that was number 8, Casey Kearney with Bless Your Heart. Beautiful, beautiful song.
Yes, we can't get enough of this song. You know who else can't get enough of this song, Brett?
I'm afraid to even ask.
Well, some of our Patreons.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and one of our all-time favorite couples is...
Nadina and Jerry Pardue.
Yes, we thank you for being a Patreon. We also want to thank somebody who possibly drives a Mustang. If they don't, they should. Or they should buy the copyrights for the song
Yes.
Mustang Sally.
Yes.
That is...
Sally Filia. Thank you so much, Sally.
Also, we want to say thank you to the Patreon that has the biggest beard. That's Patreon, and he's trying to be the greatest Patreon of all time. Can you believe that?
Really? Mark C. Dooley.
Oh,
No. John Barr.
Yeah, but we like Mark Charles Dooley just as much, if not more, right?
Who's Mark Charles Dooley?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the Patreon that is Tim's brother. His name is
Mark Chester Chicken Dooley.
Yes, we've passed a few of them on the road this week.
Yep, makes me salivate. No, the chicken does.
Oh, not Mark Charles Dooley.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mark Charles Dooley, for being a Patreon. We
Yeah.
appreciate that very much. Also, we want to thank another couple that is tugging at our heartstrings every time we see them. Their name is...
Mike and Brenda Anderson.
Yes, thank you, Mike and Brenda, for being a Patreon. And also, get that boo button ready,
My goodness.
because it's none other than...
Casey Johnson.
Yeah. I love that he's a Patreon because we get to hit that boo button every
We do.
week.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I'd never get that boo button out.
That's right.
So, yes, we thank you guys so much. And if anyone listening right now is interested in becoming a Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/NightOwlCB. We have 3 different tiers you can choose from: a $5 tier, $15 tier, and a $25 tier. Each tier gets you a little something, something, something. $5 tier gets your name shouted out, just like all those people that we just shouted out earlier, like Casey Johnson.
Oh, yeah. You got to hit the boo button twice.
Oh,
this
my
time.
goodness.
Nice.
The $15 tier gets you access to the documentary that Casey Johnson.
Oh, goodness. That boo button is still going. We should have just left the boo button on.
He's done a very good job of doing those videos and getting some behind-the-scenes action. And
yeah, actually, this last Sunday, Casey did a... Casey Johnson. There's the boo button again. He did a recap show this last Sunday, so he's going to be doing that off and on Sunday nights. So look for that on the Who's Who Top 10 page on Facebook.
All right. And then the $25 tier gets you a little free merchandise, and you can probably see Casey Johnson wearing some of that merchandise.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Man, my finger's hurting from hitting that button. We might change that segment next week, so we're not hearing a lot of boos.
Yeah, we're giving him too much credit now.
Way too much credit. Whew. All right, thank you so much, everyone. And now let's move on to our honorable mention. Kyle Elliott, a name we've heard before, with Empty.
I'm gonna drink till the bottle's empty, or I get over you. 'Cause right now I'm just too sober to handle the truth. So I order me another round, lift it up and shoot it down. Every drop of that heartbreak killer, wishing you would come back around, but I stay drunk. So Jim runs out of bourbon, and Jack stops making whiskey, until Callie runs out of sweet red wine that was keeping me a little tipsy. Sitting on a hidden me that you really left me, no, until the bottle's empty.
And that was our honorable mention, Kyle Elliott with Empty.
Yes, great song. Congratulations on being the honorable mention. Just outside of the top 10.
Yep.
But it's still awesome that you are able to be on our top 10, and we're able to have you on our top 10. So great job, Kyle Elliott. And his voice is a little bit different than anybody we've had on the top 10, isn't it, Brett?
Yeah. I do like it. It sounds very strong. It's been a little bit since he sent some music in, but we appreciate you sending that in. And if you know of anyone that has any music, if you yourself have any music that you would like to send in to the Who's Who Top 10 Countdown, you can send that in to nightowlcb1, that's the number 1, at yahoo.com. You can send us an MP3 file. Us four guys will take a listen to it. We'll put our ratings on it. We'll add it all together, see if it makes the top 10, and maybe you'll hear your song on the Who's Who Top 10 Countdown.
And just to give everybody an update, Brett, we have just entered into Kentucky.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. This summer the darkies are gay.
Hello.
We're about 2 hours away from Louisville, so we're getting a little bit closer to home.
A little bit. God's country here, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. All right, moving on to number 7, Richard Lynch with Rodeo Town.
I heard her say down in Santa Fe, why don't you stay for a while? 'Cause it's cold out, the snow is coming down. Maybe we could start us a fire. I remember now her enchanted smile, and I want you to look in her eye. She was a mystery, and she was made for me on that late December night. She's got my head in the clouds, she's got my world spinning around. A dark-haired beauty that I found in her sweet little rodeo town.
And that was number 7, Richard Lynch with Rodeo Town. We all just love Richard so much.
Yeah, you can't beat Richard Lynch's music, his writing, and whoever's doing his producing is doing a heck of a job.
Yes.
So keep up the good work, Richard, and you're still going strong.
Right on. And now moving on to number 6, Dusty Lee with Behind the Whiskey.
Said we
And that was number 6, Dusty Lee with Behind the Whiskey.
Yeah, Brett, we're all a little bit sad that she's moving down a little bit at a time now, but that's part of the top 10. And we know that she has another song that she has submitted that's kind of waiting in the wings.
Right. Yeah, and, maybe the song's going down, but we are still all looking forward to our trip to Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
We actually added a second show to that, so that's going to be a good little weekend and be able to hang out with some of the artists that have been on this top 10 with Dusty and maybe a name you've heard before, Dave Nudoitis.
Oh, yes. Yes, Nudoitis.
So, yeah, we thank them for being able to book us out there. Wade and all you guys, thank you so much for that. And I'm just going to kind of look out the window here. Oh, look at this
coming.
Oh my God. Look at the horses. That's so beautiful.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
God. I was really hoping that being on the road, this would not happen.
Yeah. After singing last night, my voice is a little bit weaker, so it wasn't quite as strong.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right, Brett. This is the top 10 best sitcoms of the 1970s.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm sure you've watched some reruns, haven't you?
Oh, I've seen some reruns. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was a good era for TV. A lot of the stuff that is from the 70s, I still watch it today.
Yeah, and again, you wonder how many of those shows from the 70s would be able to even be aired today with some of the stuff that was talked about. And so.
Yeah, and if you'd like to check out this top 10, it is under imdb.com.
Yep.
Brett, I watch IMDb TV on my Roku.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll know quite a few of these.
Sure.
Coming in at number 10. Number 10 is from 1978 to 1983, even went into the 80s a little bit. I know that's your favorite.
Oh, yes.
This number 10 is Taxi.
I watched a few episodes of that. The weird guy.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman.
That's it. Yes, he was kind of funny. And then, the redhead on it. She was beautiful. She actually has one of those memories. You can say a date to her, like I could say June 7th, 1973, and she can tell you what day that was.
Okay.
Wednesday or something. She has that kind of memory.
Well,
so that's
cool.
Pretty cool.
Maybe we can get a date with her. Oh, we better move on before we get in trouble. Coming in at number 9. Number 9 is The Odd Couple, and it played from 1970 to 1975.
All right. Yeah, what a great concept. A clean freak and a dirty slob.
Yes, they tried to remake that.
Yes.
Did you watch the remake?
I did not.
I did for a little bit, and then it just, I don't know, lost its flavor pretty quick with me. The old one was definitely a lot better.
Yes.
Now coming in at number 8. Number 8 is 1972 to 1977, which 77 is my birth year, Brett.
Okay, all right.
This is one of my favorite shows, Sanford and Son.
Ah, yes.
You big dummy.
Oh, my goodness. How many heart attacks did that guy have?
Yeah, He had quite a few. He's going to go see Elizabeth for sure.
Him and his Aunt Esther.
His sister-in-law.
Oh, sister-in-law. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Aunt Esther. She was.
Those two were great together.
Down out again, Humphrey. You were a deadbeat the day my sister married you. And you still a deadbeat today. Listen, Esther, now you know good and well the day I married your sister, I was loaded. Yeah, you was loaded all right. You were so drunk you fell on the preacher. Well, I had to get drunk to look at your ugly family. Don't you talk about my family. I'll talk about your family. Listen, for years, people going around saying, black is beautiful. They took one look at your family and said, hold everything.
She's always trying to get him saved. He wasn't interested in that. Yeah, they were hilarious. A lot of memories of that show, watching with my grandpa and my grandma and all them, so I love that show.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in at number 7. Number 7 is 1978 to 1982. It is WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP.
That was a good one. Lonnie Anderson.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And what's the famous thing that show's known for?
The turkey drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object. Perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! Johnny, this is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other? Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity! Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
And that's one of Lisa's all-time favorite. She'll watch that every Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Turkey drive.
That's so funny. I love it.
Coming in at number 6. Number 6 is from 1977 to 1981. The show was called Soap.
Nope, never watched that one.
No, I wasn't into that one. Yeah, who was one of the main characters in that, Brett? Become a big star.
I didn't watch it much, but I do think that Billy Crystal was part of that ensemble.
Oh,
I think.
the City Slicker.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a great movie itself.
Yeah. All right, coming in at number 5. Number 5 is from 1972 to 1978. It is the Bob Newhart Show.
Okay.
Hello?
That was okay. I watched that on occasion. Had some funny characters in that one.
Yeah. Coming in at number 4 is from 1975 to 1982, Barney Miller.
All right, another one I did not watch.
Your mom and dad watched that one?
I think so. I think I
Okay.
remember Dad liking that.
Yeah, I think my mom and dad also watched that one too back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't know much about that one. Coming in at number 3. Number 3 is 1970 to 1977. There's that year again.
Yes.
So my birthday must be coming up soon.
Oh, gee, Merry Christmas.
March 16th, by the way.
Oh, great. Plug.
Yes. And if you need my address, just text me and I'll get it to you. Especially if you're going to send CDs. Richard Lynch sent me a CD not long ago.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It was great. Great CD. But 1970 to 1977 is the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh, yes. All right.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile?
I didn't watch that one too much. Again, I know the premise. I know that she cried a lot in front of Ed Asner, I think, her boss.
Yeah.
And of course, being the manly boss back in the 70s, he wasn't going to have any part of her coming in and crying and all that jazz.
I think one of our Patreons, Nadina Purdue, I think she likes the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Okay. All
yeah.
right. All right.
Coming in at number 2. 1971 to 1979. That's almost the whole decade.
Just
there.
about.
All in the Family.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Songs that made the hit parade.
Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days.
That's a great one. I watched that one a lot. Yes.
They had a lot of family drama, didn't they?
Oh, very much so. I mean, you've got the hippie son-in-law, and Archie was not having any part of the hippie thinking back then.
No, and that's one of the shows you and I just talked about. That's one of those today. It's still on TV. I mean, they still play it some, but some of those episodes, he'll say something, and first thing you think of is, oh man, how'd that make it through? Now we're coming into number 1. This is the number 1 1970s sitcom of all time, and number 1 is 1972 to 1983 MASH.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that had a good lifespan there.
It did. I mean, there for a while, it was like, it held the longest running, episodes or years or whatever. And again, one of the things that, again, I don't have any information in front of me, but for the longest time, their series finale was the most watched episode. Now, who knows if that's been taken over since then, but...
Yeah, sitcoms from the 70s, 80s, 90s, I mean, it's all been totally different now, because now a series goes to Netflix and you can watch it in one day if you want.
Yes.
Some people would have to wait for a week, or if there's a holiday involved, maybe 2 weeks before they get to see what happens on the next sitcom.
I know. And sometimes I wish it was back to that. I'll binge watch something, and I'll go, a lot of this is repetitive. They're doing the same thing over and over again, but I didn't notice that when I watched it week to week.
Yeah, I agree with that, because sometimes I'll start one of the sitcoms, and I'll get 4 or 5 episodes into it, and then I'll lose interest a lot quicker.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that top 10 and a trip to the 1970s.
Oh, yeah.
My birthday, March 16th.
Oh, my Lanta. Let's move on in the countdown to number 5, Reagan Quinn with Like the Wind.
I was born a wild horse, breaking fences and chasing dreams. Always knew where I was going, but I questioned everything. Now I've been living in the city, staring at the world outside, where the grass is green and pretty, and there's a room to ride.
And that was number 5, Reagan Quinn with Like the Wind. Another just beautiful voice on our countdown. Now, I'm not saying that, Richard Lynch doesn't have a beautiful voice, but...
Oh, yes. Stunning.
No, that's really
or
not...
What was the word Tim used? Sultry.
Oh, yeah, sultry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sultry
he uses
voice.
that a lot with the ladies' voices. We definitely don't mean anything by that,
No.
Richard. I just go, we say that the ladies have a beautiful voice. You could have a beautiful voice, too.
Don't backtrack. That boy's sexy. Light that candle.
Oh, no.
Light that candle.
Oh, man.
Really
Thank you so much, Reagan, for sending that in. And now let's move on to number 4, Wildfire with Rolling with the Stones.
Downtown lights, late July. We locked eyes like, ooh, just one touch, start me up. This is something new. Now I'm looking at you, looking at me like a young Mick Jagger in the passenger seat. What are you doing for the rest of the week? If you're free, I'm free. 'Cause you're like sitting in the front of a new stick shift, putting you in drive as you make the world drift in over my head. Oh, I'm so obsessed. Open road, rolling with the stones. Top down, I'm going wherever you go. In over my head. Oh, I'm so obsessed with you. With you. With you.
And that was number 4, Wildfire with Rollin' with the Stones. That one is inching its way up, man.
Yeah, a little bit at a time.
Again, 2 beautiful voices.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yes, beautiful voices. A great song, and we're glad they send music in. And like you said, it's going up just a little bit at a time.
Yep.
Just like us, Brett, update. We have hit the city of Elizabethtown.
Nice.
Yeah, Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's God and proved untrue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and said goodbye.
So we're inching ourselves a little bit farther each time.
Yeah, I'm glad you said Kentucky. People would have thought we were driving like 150 mile an hour to get to Elizabethtown, Indiana.
No, 90s or 70s the fastest we go.
Right, we don't break the law.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Right.
In case any policemen are listening.
Right.
My name is Tim Dooley.
I needed money 'cause I had none. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Thank you so much, Wildfire, for sending that in. And moving on to number 3, another beautiful voice, Dave Nudo with You Could Do Better.
Look at you, baby, baby, that's what everybody does every time you walk by. Then they look at this poor boy walking there beside you and scratch their heads and wonder why. Scale of 10, you're 11, and I barely made it past 12th grade. Only flaw you've been given is when it comes to picking, man, you got some piss poor taste. You could do better than a muddy boot wearer. You can have any man you want, any fool can see. You could do better, but I'm damn sure glad you don't.
And that was number 3, Dave Nudo with You Could Do Better. So, when you're at home listening to the Top 10 Countdown on the Unique Beats, on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Matt. You and Lisa are sitting there together listening, right?
Yeah.
Does she get a little sweaty and clammy a little bit when the Dave Nudo comes on?
A little bit of fever comes on. She starts to hit that noodleitis.
Yes.
And you talking about him having a beautiful voice. I notice your hands and you got a little
just drive. Keep your eyes on the road.
Stream of sweat coming down your forehead.
It's hot in here.
The heat's not even on.
Oh shoot! Oh goodness gracious! Yeah, it's funny. I can, Lisa will be chatting in the chat room on the Spreaker app where you can listen to that on Wednesday night, and she'll just be kind of chatting. But man, when we hit the Dave Nudo song, she puts like 10 chats right in a row, man.
Yeah, I love Nudo.
Purple heart, red heart, red heart. Come on. She doesn't act that way when she listens to us.
No, maybe Steve's drumming, maybe.
Her being able to just sit and rest while you're cleaning the house and doing the laundry and all that jazz.
I get to, listen to music when she does and stuff. That'd be nice.
I'm glad I'm not sitting next to her right now while she's listening to this. I hope she hits you right in the arm, Matt.
Yeah, I may come up missing.
All right, Matt, it is time to step out of the nest. I picked a little different type of question today. Since we had our first ever show in the great state of Alabama.
Oh, yes.
Do you have a song or two by the group Alabama that is one of your favorites?
Yes, my all-time favorite Alabama song, this may surprise some, is The Closer You Get.
The closer you get, the further I fall. I'll be over the edge now in no time at all.
Yeah, I like that one. It's a good one. They have so many great hits.
They do.
I mean, you can go down the line of all the great songs they have, the Christmas songs that they have, and everything. What was your all-time favorite?
I think and this was I came across this song new, and we were supposed to do it at the Christmas show, but the COVID kind of put a little monkey wrench in that.
Yeah.
But I really dig the Christmas in Dixie song.
Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite. I listen to that a lot. Even when it's not Christmas.
I like that one. We've had a few that's been on our short list.
Yeah, we've practiced a few songs.
Song of the South was one of them.
Song of the South, yeah.
Song of the South, sweet potato pie and I shut my mouth. Gone with the wind, there ain't nobody looking back again.
And
Mountain Music.
Yeah.
Oh, play me some mountain music like Grandma and Grandpa used to play. Then I'll float on down the river to Cajun Hideaway.
I know at one time we were going to try to maybe make a medley of some of the Alabama songs.
Yes.
To maybe do a verse and a chorus and move on. But one of our songs, one of our originals that was written by Mike Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama sat on that song for a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they never did record it, so we had a chance to record it, and that was a great opportunity for us. The song was called "To Have My Baby with Me."
Yes.
Pick some rock out in California, pick some country in Tennessee, but I'd rather pick cotton down in old Alabama just to have my baby with me.
Yeah, good song.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt, for sharing. And now moving on to number 2, Jade Turner with Hangover Blues.
I ain't about to pick up that phone. I know it's waiting on the other side. It's Sunday morning and I know what that means. You're just out looking for your next high. It's not me, not this time. I'd rather be someone's ride or die. I ain't the cure to your hangover blues. I ain't the cure to your hangover blues. No, you can't come over. I'm locking that door. 'Cause I ain't the cure to your hangover blues.
And that was number 2, Jade Turner with Hangover Blues. So yeah, our first little taste test of a blues song has dropped to streaming services, hasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it's hit all your streaming services, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, Amazon Music, anywhere. YouTube, it's everywhere.
Right.
A song called Runaway Heart.
I got a runaway heart, it's all out of rhythm. And I'm all obsessed with this girl I've been kissing. I never knew what it was I've been missing.
Josh Burris at Yellow Ridge Studios was the one that produced that.
Yep.
He did a fine job, and we appreciate him doing that. To give everybody a update.
Oh, wow. I didn't know I had an echo button on this thing.
We have hit the city of Louisville. We're almost home.
Yeah, we had a little scare last night, didn't we, Matt?
We did.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
We did.
We thought we were entering the entrance to a gas station, and it wasn't the entrance. It was a
hill.
Yeah, a hill taking us down into a ditch. So
we may have gotten far enough to hit the Waffle House.
But Matt's keen eye and quick reflexes.
Oh, yeah. The older I get, the quicker it gets.
Right. He saved our lives, so we are eternally grateful for that, Matt.
I like to say I'm a hero, but... Lisa calls me a trophy husband. So I got to stay with that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can really see that.
I have to stick with trophy husband.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jade, for sending in that song, Hangover Blues.
Yes.
And now it's time for our Who's Who Rewind. This song hit number 10 on episode 30. Tony Olson with Metal and Ink.
I met her in a Portland bar, her hair was neon blue, and we headed back to her place after we had a few. One thing led to another, and when her clothing hit the floor, I saw more ink and metal than I'd ever seen before. There must have been 1,000 tattoos etched upon her skin, and her body had been pierced more times than all of Custer's men. There was metal stuck in places likes of which I'd never seen, from her nose up to her eyebrows and all points in between. And man, we really had some good times. It sounded just like wind chimes, like running through a pile of empty beer cans with a pocket full of dimes. There weren't any limitations when it came to decorations. There were lots of illustrations, a lot of ways to spend my time. That lady sure did change the way I think about metal and ink.
And that was our Who's Who Rewind. Tony Olson with Metal and Ink. Tim was very happy to see this one hit the Who's Who Rewind. He loved the song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
It is. I love that stuff.
It's one of those that's totally hit you from out of nowhere. So it's funny song. But it's got a good beat. I really enjoyed this song when it hit our top 10. We miss Tony Olson. He needs to send something in.
He does. Yes. So anyone that knows Tony, nudge him a little bit.
Wanted.
Oh, my. All right. It's time for our recap, Matt.
All right.
Coming in at number 10, Hicktown Breakout with Get Your Boots On.
Get your boots on, let's have a party. Get your drink on, let's have a party.
Coming in at number 9, Past Midnight, great artist, Southern Gothic.
I could spend my whole life loving you past midnight.
Coming in at number 8, Casey Kearney with Bless Your Heart.
The heartbreak bomb is ticking. Bless your heart, I know what you're getting.
Coming in at number 7, the sexy voice himself, Richard Lynch, with Rodeo Town.
A dark-haired beauty that I found in her sweet little rodeo town.
Coming in at number 6, Dusty Lee with Behind the Whiskey.
I still love the man behind the whiskey, behind the whiskey, behind the hurt, behind the shame, behind the guilt, and who's to blame. Still love the man behind the whiskey.
Coming in at number 5. Number 5 is Reagan Quinn, Like the Wind.
The world finds ways to tame us. If you ever break free, ride, honey, like the wind, like the wind.
Coming in at number 4, Wildfire with Rollin' with the Stones.
In over my head, oh, I'm so obsessed with you, with you.
Coming in at number 3, Mr. Dave Nudo with You Could Do Better.
Who can see you could do better, but I'm damn sure glad you don't.
Coming in at number 2, Jade Turner with Hangover Blues.
I ain't the cure to your hangover blues. I ain't the cure to your hangover blues.
And coming in at number 1, Jeremy Parsons says this is a good song.
Why would we listen to Jeremy Parsons?
Because Jeremy Parsons says this is a good song. Coming in at number 1 is Jeremy Parsons' song called Things to Come.
He said, amen, remember that one time. It was broad, but I knew what he meant. It's there in the front of the back of my mind, with all of my greatest hits. Yeah, those days ain't all California. What a trip in too many ways. Yeah, we're tearing up squares in front of a stranger, just getting messed up on a plane. Oh, I'd go back if I could. That ain't how it works. I lived it, I loved it, and all that I learned. Oh, time is a healer and life must go on. Yeah, so here's to all the things to come. Got lost up in South Dakota. Oh, and man, I got lost in her eyes. Yeah, I lost a few friends and family since, so at least I could say that I tried. said would be different, and all I'd done would have changed. Yeah, well, I'm proud of me and who I've come to be. Ain't nostalgia a powerful thing? Yeah, nostalgia's a powerful thing. I'd go back if I could, that ain't how it works. I lived it, I loved it, and all that I learned. Oh, time is a healer and life must go on. Yeah, go back if I could, that ain't how it works. I lived it, I loved it, and all that I learned. Oh, time is a healer and life must go on. Yeah, so here's to all the things to come. Yeah, here's to all the things to come. Yeah.
And that was number 1, Jeremy Parsons with Things to Come. Ha ha! Hit the number 1 spot.
It did. We had a chance to talk to him a few weeks ago.
Yes.
He was a fantastic individual. And this song, it was destined for number 1. Really, it was.
It was. It was. I like his vocals. I like how the song was produced. Very clean sounding. Just great overall sound.
Yeah, Brett, you can't beat that that vocal. Like you said, it's clean. And he's from Texas.
Texas, yes.
Yeah, the old Texas boy. Steve likes that.
He does. You know.
At least Steve likes to talk about it.
Steve hitches his wagon to a lot of things.
Yeah, if he finds something in common with you,
your best buds.
You might set some time aside because
Yes.
he's gonna talk to you for
He
a few
will.
minutes.
That is, that's one thing I like about Steve. You'll never have any awkward silence moments with him when in a conversation.
No.
There may be awkward moments.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, Brett, looks like we've made it home. Yeah.
Just in time, just in time. Do you have any last words for our listeners today, Matt, before we close this out?
We had a great weekend. We had a wonderful time with some people down in Alabama. Had a wonderful time with some people in Nashville. And, Brett, there are good people all over this nation.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we want to thank all the good people that we have as artists that hits our top 10 countdown. We thank all the good people that are artists that submit their music, that try and push forward and work as hard as they can as an artist. We appreciate them. And we also thank every listener that listens to Who's Who Top 10 Countdown. We thank you very much.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the Who's Who Independent Music Top 10 Countdown. Remember, as always, if you want to support the show and Night Owl monetarily, head on over to patreon.com/NightOwlCB. Toss a few twigs to our nest to keep this bird in flight. If you have no bucks to toss our way, however, go find us at facebook.com/Who's Who Pod, facebook.com/NightOwlCountryBand, on Twitter at TheRealNOCB, Instagram at Night Owl Country Band, and online at www.nightowlcb.com, where you can purchase tickets to our shows, purchase merchandise, and check out our schedule as to where we will be playing next. And until next time, on behalf of Matt, Tim, Steve, and myself, we encourage you to step out of your nest and listen to some music this week that you normally wouldn't have listened to.
Take care and stay safe, y'all.
Have a good week.
Made in America, the red, white, and blue. I stand for her honor, the flag and our troops. I'm proud of my country, what she's done for